if you're bushy down there, just like T.I. said, you don't get head from me.
Wait, so
I'm telling you, if you're bushy down there, it's over for you, my guy.
Anyway.
I don't know why.
So for you always like clean shaven?
Me, I'm a clean guy.
All of I mean your beard, apart from your beard.
Yes.
Bernard,
but you know, as a man, you can't clean shave like this. Eh?
No. Not only that, Bernard.
But you want her to be...
Where his story is coming from is there's a post that's trending. So some babe said, she put up a post on Twitter saying, I will have my bush out at the beach today. Yeah. And guys thought she was joking or whatever. Bruh, she went in bikini. Posted like her armpits are out, bush is out, and then she's like in a bikini, so the bush is like real freaking peeping. Like even if you're standing, you 5 meters away, you can see that shit.
Yeah. And let me tell you, there's having bush when it's
the pod began already.
Wait, I was telling you, there's having bush, and then there's having kaweke for bush. This chick,
kaweke. Like there's bush and then there's kaweke. Like there's bush and then it coils. So it's like the muvule trees, like around the bikini.
It's wakes.
No! Fuck no! There's shit we are not going to normalize people.
Wait, so you entertain bush, Lindako? You entertain bush?
Yeah, I mean, I have
Binoka before the pod.
You have no issue with some of it. Yeah.
Bernard.
I have no problem.
What is some of it?
Bernard. Let me give him that scenario. Bernard. Girl dem has come. She has been campaigning. You know how NRM guys are going everywhere. So she has been sweating. She has reached your house. Yeah, she has the bush. It's time to do what? The deed. You're pulling down the skirt and then... How do you guys get turned on by someone who has pubic hair?
No,
I
don't think I can explain.
It's such a whole wind impenetrable.
Yeah. So they have to penetrating it.
Not only that, like even when you're like trying to, be the gentleman, eat the dishes and all that, go down on her, you realize, like hair will get stuck like between your teeth. That is why you come to my crib, you have bush, I will shave that, I will pass.
But what if she prefers it to stay on?
Then go away.
Then go home.
You're making it seem like you're the one. What if you're the one who needs that her arrangement?
What arrangement?
You've never met a babe who you're pleading for. And then you find she's one was bush.
Well, that would be a turn off for me. That would be a sign. I'll take it as a sign. I'm like, you know what?
Hey,
this is not meant for me.
Look,
this is not meant for me.
I think again, because I am the one on the pod who is
the bush
kind
guy.
of out there. Yeah? That means if somebody has a bush, that's not necessarily a turn off.
Before you enter that guy.
My friend, look, the thing I came here to devour is right there. Why am I not devouring it?
Find a way and enter.
Because also me, I might have a bit of a shrub. What's the issue?
Have you been to Google Maps for sex?
I have no issue.
No.
Let me tell you.
Anyway, let's start
Guys.
the pod. Guys, welcome to episode 24.
24.
Welcome to episode 24 of the Nothing Serious podcast.
Absolutely.
Mine not to the Walakovanga, now I have to buy new
First of all,
clothes.
am I in the right place? Do I need to move?
Everyone has their own
I'm
camera.
Kawai.
You're right.
Hey.
Yeah. And just in case you're wondering where Michelle is, we're going to be doing this one, just the three of us.
Oh,
It's going to be
Mutuzo.
the guys. Mutuzo is not around. Tumukubira ko kusimu trabe.
Mimi nako. Atumalizeni topic ya bush.
Tumalizeni topic ya bush.
Yeah. But before we even finish the topic of the bush, guys, thank you very much for all the love you're giving us. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for the love.
You guys are making us seem like big people.
Celebrities.
Today I bumped into a guy in the taxi. Today, after a while, he was like, you guys, I liked your last pod. Nengamba, fetuli ko. And he was telling me, he actually sees the stuff from your...
That was our videographer.
Isn't that our videographer? That gentleman?
No, I met another guy.
But you
also met
I met another guy, yes.
You met this guy.
And you thought he was a fan.
I met another guy. Today, actually, I've met 3 people. 3 people because of Mami Deb.
That's a Mami Deb effect.
Yeah. I met 3 people. So there are actually 2 guys I met in the taxi. Taxi going to Nakawa. I met another guy, random guy. He just told me, guys, I love your pod. What? Nazako earphones, and we chal. Then I met a babe also.
Okay.
So the babe told me, but you guys, so she was saying, that you guys are talking about a lot of shit. Where do you get these topics? Life happens. To buy a drink, a bit of motivation.
Yeah, at experience.
And then we have a researcher on the
Not only that, we also have a permanent host now, Mami Deb. She's there.
Oh, wow.
Some of you might be asking, oh, Mami Deb, we told you to bring her back. She's here. She can't speak today because she's in an interview, but she's here. Yeah.
And then one last guy who I met, again today, I met another guy in Bugolobi who was telling me, I think I like your pod, but he was suggesting, can you guys find a way to have Mami Deb regularly?
Oh no.
Oh, no, why?
She's there.
She's here.
Era Mugamba J.
So, Nemugamba, we shall see what we can do.
Yeah. Mami Deb,
But thank you guys so much for the love. Thank you for everything that...
So you met one of our videographers in a taxi, and he hollered at you.
Now, me,
And
me,
then
me,
you
my
told
mind
him-
was elsewhere.
You told him, thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching
Hey. But how many times is he here? How many times is he here?
Musala.
Hey, how many times is he here?
Musala.
For him, he sends people. He's like, Mugena Mukole.
Mugena mukole. That's why. Olaba ndoza. Before we get into this shit, yeah. I was reading up a story on Tinder, yeah. So apparently, going forward, or Tinder is about to introduce a filter where women have swipers according to height.
Ha!
Yeah,
It's over for some
according to
guys.
fucking height.
It's over.
So never down, remember when I saw this bush story, I was like, "Eno filter na yoba jitekeko." Yes.
Ekintu kya height ekyo kiba kigenda kuleeta obuzibu.
But
But let me ask you guys,
Globally.
what do women want from height? Like, this is why I miss. Like, let's first ask Mami Deb. Mami Deb, what do you people look? What do
No, she's married.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Let's respect.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay,
respect
yeah.
one another.
My bad. My
But
bad.
if she wasn't,
Can take
so
Mutuzo.
By the way, Mutuzo.
Mutuzo uno.
Mutuzo.
Kaberao.
Mutuzo is not here because she's attending to an unfortunate occurrence that happened. She lost a friend.
Yeah.
So this entire week she's been in mourning. We are sending our love to you, Mutuzo, and everybody who has lost somebody in the past week or so. It's been a very, very tough time. People are sort of falling like flies, and it's very bizarre. So we're sending love out to you, Mutuzo, and everybody who has lost somebody. We mourn with you, and we hope that you have the strength to be strong in this tough time. Tuli namwe.
Absolutely.
Alhamdulillah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un.
Yes.
So katika today kucha Tinder. First of all, have you guys used Tinder?
Yes.
I have as well.
used Tinder, yeah.
But
Was it
outside
like-
Uganda.
Was it successful?
Outside
Me, I
Uganda,
used it for
yes.
me. Was it
Yeah.
successful?
Yeah.
I've never even had that.
I had
Why?
a few success stories.
I've never done
Two of them.
Were you on it for a relationship or to fuck?
Who is there nobody who's on Tinder for a relationship?
I don't think so.
Why?
Moses should tell us. Moses, you've been on Tinder, right? Moses, you must have been on Tinder.
Me, I had my Tinder phase.
Yes, nigga, we have Tinder. Look at
this
him.
nigga.
Oh, Muzungu wa Bulira.
Yeah.
Yo, let
No,
me tell
I
you.
had my Tinder phase some years back. But now, Tinder is, it's easier to just walk into a place and just talk to people.
Yeah.
I think the first time I had like a public sex experience, it was with someone I met on Tinder.
On Tinder, yeah. They are willing to explore.
Bruh, that's why I don't have the app now.
Oh, you
Run
deleted it, eh?
I'm in a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Some niggas know what they're doing.
Guys,
When I
just,
relationship-
for, just for clarity purposes,
Kujibanga
I
ko.
also left the app. Just so
Hey,
you know.
so they can't find you now.
I'm not sure if
Don't
the
you have,
account
like-
is still there or something.
When you go on Tinder, you like use your real email and your name, or you create some.
No, me, I use my real.
You
I
can
use my
choose.
real
It's
picture.
like any other platform. You can choose to create a.
But how will you get?
How is
But how
Dasha
will you
going
get
to?
somebody?
Yes, how
Yes,
is
how will
Dasha
you
going?
get someone?
First of all, how is Dasha going to pretend that he's now Sentamu?
That's on you. You swipe.
Imagine I put Judy's picture and the chick comes. Like,
Hey,
yeah, you're
knowing
my
that you're a
guy.
fine
think
guy.
she wants
Then I
you.
show up and it's like, my
Just-
friend, I want the
yeah.
other
So
one.
you have to put your.
Have a ninja.
Nothing.
So what about Kuita fan?
The thing with Tinder is right here in Uganda. I know out there when they're marketing Tinder, people are talking about get a relationship, get a friendship. But let me tell you guys this right here and right now. You people who are on Tinder to fuck. There's nothing. So if you're on that
think they know
place,
it. I don't know
if your boyfriend or your girlfriend is telling you, no, I'm on Tinder to meet new people,
no.
bruh.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
That one we all agree.
Yeah.
Now back to the height filter. Yeah, I feel like what do you need height for? Because in a country like here, it's all about sex.
And
Because
also they say, despite the height difference, when you're in bed, You know,
Baby.
as
Yeah,
long
yeah,
as the
yeah,
focal
but-
point
but-
is meeting,
But
the rest
height,
don't matter.
height is like an entry point. That if you're not a certain height, I'm not attracted to you. Yeah, like there are people who say if you're not like women who say if you're shorter than me, I cannot sexually get attracted to you. So I need to be shown men who are taller than me. Don't show me men who are shorter than me.
Have you ever been turned down by a woman just because of your height?
No,
Because I've never.
no, it has never.
But
happened.
you know, you
But
guys
you
have
see-
the privilege because you're not short puts. If you were short guys, you would be here saying, by the way, fuck this shit. You would understand.
No, but you know,
But
by
they're
the way,
men.
B-Wall is right. And this is the fucked up thing with society. Tall chicks don't want to be with tall guys. You know, tall guys don't want to be with tall chicks. So you find there's a whole bunch of tall guys with short chicks, short chicks.
I don't know if that's
tall
very
guys.
general. I guess.
Look at it.
No,
Most tall guys prefer short chicks. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, I suppose unlike Paul's, you know.
Is it because they're easy to lift from the ground all the way up?
But you know that's a fantasy men
you
have.
ever had to lower your expectations so that you be able to put
Come
someone on
on,
your high
bro.
expectations?
Come on, bro.
Like going down, you can't go down when you're standing. If you're to go down on someone, you have to lower your knee.
you can carry her. Put
Bro.
legs on her shoulders, on the wall like
That's,
this.
that's
Done.
yeah, like the kitchen
Hey,
sink and shit.
you think
Do-
why
do you-
do
do
you
you-
work out? Because me, this is where I do my lats.
No, I mean, I work out for, the carrying back part, but not all the way to my face.
So do you have a preference of height for a babe?
Yeah, yeah.
What preference do you have?
I mean, well, I done swung it both ways, so, short and tall. But preferably someone, who's the same.
Around your height, eh?
Yeah,
Do you have
same
a
height
preference?
like-
Fuck no. No preference.
No
Because
preference.
I've been with girls who are like reasonably taller than me.
Yeah.
Like we stand together.
So
and
for
we're
your
like,
height is not an issue, right?
Never been.
For you, height is not an issue as well.
It's not an issue. Yeah, let me take it like that. It's
So-
not an, but don't be too short. Like
No.
on-
Actually,
up to my
I was
knees.
coming to that. Let's say you met. I
midget.
don't know what the politically correct word is. I don't know if midget is. Probably not. Pygmy is definitely not. But like
That
the person
height.
who,
People who
yeah.
are biologically short.
Yes. Yeah.
Completely down to earth.
Yes.
Okay, like
my
she's
Would
up
you,
to
would you
here.
indulge?
No.
Why not?
There's
She has
so
the
much
same
to work
features.
on weave. Like there's so much. Like
Ow.
imagine, you
So
see,
much or so
this is
little.
my height, right? For example, and then this is your height.
Yeah.
Like
She's like she has all the body parts you need.
that's true. But every time I'm to crack a joke, I have to look down to you so that
Fuck
you get
your
the joke.
shit. But
That's so much work, bro.
So the point I was making, the point I was driving at, is that everybody has a preference, right?
Yeah.
The same way, what you guys are saying, height is not an issue or whatever, but it is because somebody gets attracted to you because of what they see physically, and if their attraction is your height, whether you're tall or short, that is the first step. Then they get to the other things that okay, so are you also dark skinned or light skinned, or do you have
What do
beard
you
or
think
not?
attracts most of the women you've been with? If you look at yourself,
In terms of physical features?
yeah.
Obviously, physical features, height is a very, very predominant
Height,
factor.
okay.
Yeah, most women swing towards a fairly taller man, preferably taller than her. And because most women averagely have humble height, so it means averagely men are taller than women.
Man, that's a very
Yeah.
tricky question.
Yeah, it is. But that's the average thing.
Height. Faisal, what do you think attracts women to you? Like,
Among other things.
The physical
Among other
feature that
things, yeah.
attracts women to me.
yeah.
Wait.
No. The women,
That
when
you
they look
think-
at you, what do you think?
What do
brings
I
them?
what do
think
you think,
brings
yeah.
them
Yeah.
to me
Yeah.
physically?
His is height.
No, that's not what you asked. You
That's what I asked.
That's what he asked. He
That's what
asked.
I asked. No.
When you look at yourself,
When
what
you
do
look at
know?
yourself, yes.
No, it's
What
not height.
physical
Okay, that's why
feature?
not even there.
Okay, what
Yeah.
physical feature? Let me
Height is not
rephrase.
even
Let me
there.
rephrase
Yeah.
the question.
Yeah.
When you look at yourself,
Yeah.
what physical feature on
Do I
you
think,
do
yeah.
you think attracts the ladies?
I think for me, it would probably be my smile.
You smile.
I think.
I think you have
I
a
think.
very gorgeous smile.
It's not even about gorgeous. I just think it might be sexual in a certain way. That's it.
Do you want to send it out
think.
to a lady watching us?
No, they know. They're watching. They know. They're aware.
Those who don't know.
Those who know. Yeah, I think that would be. What do you
Faisal,
think?
what would
Yes,
it be?
I've just realized to attract women, I have to talk.
Yeah, no, but we're talking about physical.
Yeah,
Physical,
that's what I'm saying,
physical.
because physically
No,
I
before
look
you said
like
when
any
you-
other normal.
Yeah, but
nigga
what do
out
you
there.
think?
What do you think?
What do I
Yes,
think?
yes. That's a very solid question.
Yeah, okay, it is.
The comments I've really gotten from the places I've
No.
been.
What
is,
do you think?
What do I think? My chest.
For you, what do you?
Your chest.
Yeah, my chest, man.
Okay.
But
What do
you
you
like orange?
Don't ask questions.
Okay,
What's
cool.
your problem?
All right, cool.
See that?
What do you think?
Two. My beard and my smile.
Not your skin color.
No.
I always thought-
It's my beard and my smile.
Nah, my G.
No, it's okay. You're not him.
Oh,
What don't you?
my bad.
I'm telling you.
I'm sorry.
Just like I had questions about your chest.
Hey, and we said
Don't
no.
ask. So that it is what it
Oh
is.
my God, man. I'll ask my boys. I'll ask that question.
It's a very interesting
It's a
question.
tough question, but you see, the reason why it's a question people need to ask themselves is because many times people don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know, what your features are and shit like that. You need to be able to first look in the mirror and be like, if I was a random person just meeting me, what's going on here? Like, what's good about me, right? So, because when you're aware about who you are, it's easier for you to, first of all, understand that this is what I bring to the table, for example, or this person has gotten attracted to me. This might be the reason why, and you make yourself better.
Yeah.
For example, if you have maybe nice legs or nice chest or whatever, like you don't be lazy about it. You work
Yeah.
you work out.
You work out,
make
you do
sure
your push-ups and all
yes,
that.
you know. But most men just laze around and they don't even know what. Yeah. And women don't sleep.
I wonder
women for them, eh?
I wonder what Calvin finds attractive on himself. Calvin. Wobo wetu
Who they
nolira.
care? What about that?
Definitely.
Okay, me honestly, most girls talk. Some of them even just come to me because of my hair. Others just say, "Hey man, hair." Just say,
Your hair,
Hey,
which
your
means if we
hair.
shaved you
If
today,
we cut your
you
hair,
are
you're
fucked.
ugly.
You're finished.
You got it, Anyway, guys.
No, but okay, I don't know, but
No, it's okay.
It's okay. It's there.
Okay, why was that call?
It's okay.
all right. You're not on
I don't know,
NTV.
but that's most girls just tell me that thing.
guys.
Interesting.
As we proceed to our weeks,
Yeah.
I know all of us had something similar
Yeah.
in a way to do
Oh,
with
yes.
our weeks.
Oh, yes.
So, guys, let me kick off. Let me start with mine. One. Let me
Before you
start.
start, you look very dope in this thing.
Bruh.
This looks like money.
Bruh.
Looks like
Now, let me tell you.
outfit.
Here's the
Dope.
thing with me. Every time I go to town, I actually don't know what I'm going to buy. But I know I have to come out with something. Yeah.
That kind of shopper.
Exactly, because I want to be surprised. I don't want to go with this thing of, I want this gin. Because if I go with that, I want this gin, I'm going to take like 3-4 hours looking for that particular gin.
So when you're leaving home or work or whatever to go, like you have your budget, right?
Yeah, my budget.
You sort of have an idea of I'm going to buy ngenze gula ngoye, right?
Usually.
Or you're like in a cente, let me just
go to
how-
Usually, usually I only buy clothes if I have about 500k above. If I have anything short of 500,000, I don't bother. Because if the money gets done, I'm really going to be broke. So if I know, if I check my wallet and I feel like I have more than 500k
You're like,
on
let's go
me,
shopping.
then I'm like, okay, fine, now let me buy something.
So you have your 500k or 700 or whatever. In your mind, you're like, I'm going to do shopping.
Yeah.
Do you know I'm going to get maybe pants, a tracksuit, or you're like, let me
No,
go and see?
I just be like, let me go, but I need 2 outfits.
Or 2 outfits.
My minimum is 2 outfits.
Okay.
I have to make sure I have
On
2
that
outfits.
budget?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So today when I went to town, I'm used to buying, my baggy clothes, my baggy jeans and pants and what, because they're really comfortable. But I couldn't. I feel like everything was just a replica. There wasn't something
Unique.
original. Yeah. So I'm passing by some car shop. I see these trucks. I'm like, the hell, this shit looks nice, you know? And why am I here? Because, man, you're on episode 23.
24.
24, bro.
Auntie Mami Deb, man.
Hey.
So we're on episode 24. And Mwagambo, we have to look new.
Yeah,
for every episode.
every episode has got to be fresh.
But you guys, we will handle.
No, we will.
Like,
we'll.
on episode 100.
We will handle.
We shall manage.
We will manage.
So I see this. I'm like, yo, I need to buy this.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to buy this, but I checked. They also showed me that perfume collection, and it was also nice. So I had to buy both of them to get a discount. They told me the only way we're going to give you a discount if you buy the perfume and the tracksuit. Good to go. Yeah, but I didn't
it's
know.
dope. It's really dope.
See why your
it's really
benchmark
It's my
is
first time.
your benchmark
Wearing
is
a
quite
tracksuit
good.
like
500k.
really
Because 500k that could get
It's
you.
a dope outfit. And the watch, you always had it.
Oh man, this is from my
Because
friend
I haven't
called
seen
Memo.
you wearing it.
This watch actually, I've even never wound it to tell the time. But I wear it because of the sentimental value I have.
It's a nice watch. Whoever bought it for you has
Ah
taste.
man, she's called Mebo. She's a very,
got good
very
taste.
good friend of mine. You guys should meet her.
I like the way you have so many very, very good
Right?
female
Good
friends.
friends.
You guys are all my friends.
We
and
would like, but
that's
not very,
that's
very
not how you
good.
introduce us. You don't say this is my very.
You're like,
very
this is
good,
my guy,
good,
this is my guy,
guy.
this is my friend. Which is
Anyway,
okay.
guys,
We will meet Mabel.
Back to my week. Yeah?
Mabel, hi. We'll see.
Back to my
watches
week.
the
Two,
pod?
I need to have a conversation with my guardian angel. Like, first of all, I am very honored. You have been there for me all this while. But I cannot understand why today when I was leaving the bathroom, I hit my pinky toe on the door.
Bro,
And
I'm
with
already
energy.
feeling the
Do you
pain.
know how in the morning you're rushing to go to work?
Yeah.
So I'm done, I'm rushing. Guys, I went down. First of all, the house is empty. Like, it's just me and the dog. So I went, I knelt down. The pain. The pain.
Massive.
But guys, let me ask you something. We can all agree here that once you hit your pinky on that side of the bed, it's fucked up painful, right?
over.
It's over. Like the pain, you just need to sit down and give yourself like 10
I first
minutes
stayed
and
there
calm,
for like a couple.
But let me just stretch it outside the box. You know that moment whereby she asks you to go and pick the condom, right? That moment. And this is a fresh one. You know, this is something you've been laying tactics down for. And now it's in, you know, your confidings and it's telling you, go get the condom. And then you hit your pinky on the side of the bed. I just want to know, is it that painful, or at that dear moment you forget about the pain?
First of all, any man who hits his pinky when he's going to get a condom, you deserve it. First of all, you deserve it.
Oh, wow.
Why are you keeping
Why
the
is it
condom
so
far
far
away from the
away?
bed? What are you doing? Why are you keeping the
That shit
condom?
needs to be on you, in your
needs to be
sock,
like
in
under
your
the-
wallet,
like somewhere near you.
in all the
Under
chairs.
the bed, under the pillow,
Even
somewhere
under
where
the
you don't need to
carpet.
move, bro. Because when she says get it, you need to act fast, my nigga.
This is me acting fast to go and pick it from
Why-
where it is.
Why
now.
are you moving?
Before the woman comes into your house,
Yeah.
You have
get
to
all,
know where they
everything
are.
you need should be near you.
Exactly. Even the
Everything you
water,
need should be
even
near
the towel.
If
you
you
know
need,
that
if there's a
common towel?
process where you'll need a warm towel, my friend, before you start the act,
Make sure the towel is
let the
there.
towel be in a basin warming up, bro. Bro,
You cannot
kidding
afford
me,
to
guys?
make such careless mistakes.
because once you hit your toe, the entire body gets a message that we are fucked. We have a situation, right? Now, remember, blood is supposed to go to a certain part. But now, it has to first deal with the toe. So this part is like, as we're on a break. The baby is there when it's like, Derek, what's happening? You're here. The brain is like, there is a crisis down this side. But you need this part to function.
Derek.
My friend, never make that mistake.
Derek, let me tell you what, Bill is right, because immediately after, I tried, like I was like, let me see.
You cannot.
Like I tried, I couldn't. Like I kid you, even up to, it's still paining to this
The
right
brain,
now.
the brain sends a message to the entire body that part there is in a crisis. All of you guys shut down. So
it's
if
over.
the other area of yours, by the way, you're in trouble.
That area is funny. Once it has slept, it has slept.
Problem. It's now another process to take it. Meanwhile, you've got the condom, you're now there looking at the babe. Like, that's awkward. Don't make that mistake. Do not. Your condom should be nearby.
You're asking for, give me a
Your
minute.
test kit, your condoms,
That's-
your
Everything
wet
has
towel,
to be
everything needs to be
a hand
nearby,
stretch
bro.
away.
Yes.
Let me tell you, a hand stretch.
Aren't you sending so many signals that it's about to go
But
down?
if she's in your bedroom and you're in the bedroom and you've spoken about it that we are going to cause chaos to each other.
Guys, the scenario I'm painting is not even strictly in the bedroom. It's probably like in the living room. You know, she's come and
But you know she has come to your house.
she's come to your house.
And you have
She's in
agreed
your
that
house.
you're going to indulge.
You probably haven't had that conversation.
Yeah, well,
We're going to
yes,
indulge.
man.
But
Bro.
you know, in your head, you're like, once she gets here and I make a move and she's covered, it's going down.
Listen,
Now,
the moment
It's
there's...
safer.
The
Let me
moment
see your fedora. Make sure you have a condom inside there.
Oh, yeah.
So that
pop
you
it
just-
and... Yeah.
Boom.
Listen,
Done.
as long as there is consent between the two of you that that deed is going to happen, let me tell you.
And now you have
All
got
your
to get the condom.
instruments of operation should be close by. I don't know why you're going into war when you've left your shield behind. I don't know why you're going into war
I didn't
when
expect
your
for me.
spear is still in your house. What the hell are you doing, bro?
I even
Don't go to the
thought, I thought your
battlefield.
drinks were done, but it's only me. who needs
Don't go to the
refill.
battlefield before having your. You need to have your armory on you.
Did you see
bro.
what Iran did?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's a lesson for every man out there.
Have
if you
your-
ever bang your toe because you're going to pick condoms,
It's your fault.
it's your fault, bro.
Why didn't you organize
Why
them
did you
earlier?
arrange yourself? You're giving the body a lot of work. Because now the body has to work on the other part.
Yeah.
But you want it to work on this other.
The main guy.
Anyway, guys, away from
But
that.
yeah, but sorry about your toe thing.
Yeah.
It's getting there. I just know this. Like tonight, obviously,
Ah.
nothing can happen.
This
This
nigga,
guy is gonna have his toe sucked.
Obviously.
and he might stream it. He might stream it
Remember,
on.
he's a tall guy.
He might stream it on. I don't
Anyway.
know, Twitch or some shit.
Away from that, so over the weekend, I'm going back there. So over the weekend, we were supposed to go to Ginger. But we were supposed to go to Ginger.
need a full
but
report on
things
that.
happened. So I just decided to go with the people who were there. Good news is we will be able to go for the next trip.
Oh,
as
okay.
there's nothing serious.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice.
There's no bad news. I mean, unless any of you guys hit your toes.
No.
Then the other
Do
thing
we need to
is
shout out to somebody for that Ginger arrangement?
Conja safaris, of course. You know what it is. You know,
Safari,
yeah.
Make it happen.
We're gonna be
coming.
going everywhere.
But we saw you having a good time.
For this
It was-
specific one, we went to Mabira, the zip lining bit.
Oh,
yeah?
that's dope.
Now let me tell you guys something. I have no issue with heights. Like most of my life, I've worked in hotels that are like above 10 floors and all that.
I feel like there's a but.
But guys, yeah, bruh, I don't know how tall Mabira trees are, but they are freaking tall. And also, I do not understand how before they put you on a zip line, your kawa, like you can balance. But when they put you on this thing, you're rotating, you're going upside
Yeah,
down, like you cannot
rotating
maintain form in one particular,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One particular position. So my stupid head thought this stuff is easy. Like all you guys are shouting for nothing, yeah? But bruh, once you're like in the middle of that zip line, and now it's becoming slower because now it's not as fast as it was when
You're
it was
like, when I
starting.
reach the end.
So now it's like, and you're looking down. Water is what? Moving. There's some snakes there. That experience is worth it. I've never done ziplining before.
Oh.
I didn't even know what it was about, but this course was like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 zip lines.
Yeah, and the Mabira thing is long.
And once you start, you can't
is.
stop
Yeah,
because you
cannot-
can't go back
no,
behind.
you have to
Because
finish.
the entire
Yeah.
crew moves as a yeah.
Yeah.
But some might say that that's a good introduction for if you're the kind of person who sort of fears that arrangement. It's a good introduction because that zip line is actually nothing.
Which one is? What are you bringing up?
You need to go for. So there are zip lines, and some of them are outside Uganda, but I feel like you need to now elevate, right, to a zip line where there's actual death below you,
Like a lion.
Fuck.
right? Like there's death down there below you, right?
Nigga,
Yes, bro. Then, for example, where the zip line runs, say about 150 meters.
Bruh.
150 meters is a field and a half. Right? You know, like a pitch.
What
and a
happens
half.
when I want to like scratch my ass?
By the you on your own. So you can only see the guys at the beginning and at the end. Now, the guys at the beginning can't see the guys at the end. Because in the middle there's like foliage, there's shit. All you just trust that this line is going to the end. You just have to trust. You need that shit. Or you go for a zip line where beneath there are crocodiles.
Nigga.
No, that's real shit.
I'm looking at the internet here. It says the
Why
longest
do I
zip
need
line
that?
in Uganda is Zip the Nile, located in Ginger at the Living Waters Resort, spanning to 620 meters.
Yeah. That's actually something, yeah. 620.
Shit.
You know what, guys? Since
yeah.
since it was my first zip line,
Yeah, but as I was saying, it was a good introduction. And you had a good time.
that
yeah?
will have to do.
Well, the longest zip line in Africa is in South Africa, so you can.
How
be able
long
to
is
try
it?
That. This is 3.2 kilometers zip line.
Holy fuck knuckles. Wow.
Freaking kilometer.
And listen,
Up there.
here's the fucked up thing. All at that speed of 100 to 120 kilometers per hour, depending on the body weight and the
Yep.
speed of wind.
No, that's the shit.
Now that's the funny thing. I didn't know zip lines also have a weight restriction.
They do.
Oh, they do, bro. They do.
Hey, bro.
So I was out there looking at some people being told, "Oh, sorry,
Hey, my friend. Hey.
you'll try."
DJ
tubing."
Nimrod cannot zip
You
line.
first calm down. Nimrod, took it to me there. We love you, bro.
Nimrod Khalid.
Tell us, how was your week?
My week was amazing, man.
Start with how you made us go back home at 4 a.m.
I did. It was 4 a.m.
Yes,
Shit.
nigga.
I saw a video of us leaving Molecule, and up to now I still don't have that memory. I'm like, shit, we actually left. I saw
Bruh.
how I left.
You didn't leave. We took you out. Those are two very different statements.
No, but
Molecule. We had a good time.
we had a good time.
It was-
So our week started off after, shooting Mami Deb on episode 23. That was last week. And of course, after that, she's like, guys, let's go. Let's go do this. So Netuko Chidula, my friend, we had a great time with Mami Deb. We had a great time.
Massive.
The entire crew was around, shout outs to Humphrey, shout outs to Mose.
Yeah.
They
The
managed to
behind the scenes
represent
guys,
behind
all
the
of them
scenes
were
guys.
like, today,
Yeah.
we're also going.
Hey, Humphrey can push a drink, you
Boys
guys.
can swallow.
Humphrey. Yeah.
Not only that, now me as sober. I remember the whole night.
You do?
Yeah. Freaking whole
I
night.
don't like hanging with
Here's the thing, yeah? Let me just say how the night was, yeah? I realized one thing about all of us here.
Yeah.
We're very humble people.
We are?
Freaking
Are
humble.
we?
Because we got to Molecule, and Mami Deb was like, oh, guys, order what you want. And everyone was scared.
I don't think the word was scared.
We're not
The
scared.
word-
I don't think
You
scared is
niggas
the
were
right
like,
word.
No, the word wasn't scared. The word is, sometimes when somebody
humble, humility. That's what
yes,
I'm
but
saying.
I'm not scared because the word scared,
Scared
makes it seem like,
Okay, fine. You are humble.
yeah, perhaps.
So she's like, okay, you guys, let me get the second bottle. So she gets the second bottle. And now Bernard is like, okay, I'm not kawa with orange, but like he's like,
Yeah, there's a flavor I didn't like.
but I don't want to order for us a whole second bottle.
Yeah, I
You
was
get
but
like
the whole bottle.
a whole freaking bottle? Like, well, let's just drink this one, even if it's no, another bottle. Bruh.
Like Mami Deb, that's what's up.
I'm telling you how the night went. So the second bottle comes. Now guys are getting what?
Loose,
Like,
loose.
Guys are getting loose, but they're still
Loosey-goosey.
talking like they're pouring
Loosey-goosey.
little, like that. The drink
Lucy
is down.
Goosey.
The drink is down.
Shit.
Can we order for shisha?
You niggas.
Anyway, away from that, it's always nice to party with rich people.
It is, it
because they
is.
will open your eyes.
Yeah, they really do.
They will open your
really
eyes.
do.
Me usually when I'm with my boys, we get a cheap pizza, finish. Yeah, there's a woman telling us everyone order for what you want.
Steak.
Me up to
Bro.
now, I refused
Me actually.
because I was like no. Like because everyone has ordered.
Me, I was like,
let me be the one
hey,
who's
let me
like,
save
okay, let me serve the bill. You get what I'm saying? Because
man, there I got my steak, took it home.
Twali and Mary,
Ah,
my
we
friend.
bunched
I even
together, bro.
ate some of that food in the morning.
Same thing, bro.
Before I slept.
we had Moses' food on our way.
Imagine.
Auntie, because now I was hungry and I told Moses,
And
man,
you should have
now I was
ordered.
scared because man, all of you guys ordered.
Hey, it was
So
crazy.
Man, that's so
It was
good.
crazy. So yeah, so we had a great time with Mami Deb. So it was an amazing start towards a beautiful week, and then of course into that there was so much feedback coming in as far as episode
Yeah,
23
a
is
lot of wonderful
relatable.
feedback.
So that continued to lighten up my week. Every time I would check out comments on YouTube, it was amazing feedback. Every time I would be sneaking out into public places and I met people, it was amazing. It was welcoming, and that kept on my it kept my week going. It was lively, it was lovely, and I enjoyed every bit of it. Anything different, anything unique that happened during the week? Not really, but the excitement, the good news, the feedback just kept me going. It was a beautiful one.
Me, I'm
The
loving your
heart is
fedora,
done.
your
The
fedora, your
it's really
fedora
good.
era,
Wait,
man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Who's your plug?
some guy.
Some guy. But it's a dog fedora.
Okay, thank
Dog
you.
fedora.
Thank you.
Like babes haven't yet started stealing them.
One of them has stolen one.
Shout out to you, nameless, whoever you are.
But there are things that I've
We love
lost
you.
that hurt me. Yeah?
But it is what it is.
My watch.
They're harvesting you like corn.
Anyway, here we are. But it is what it is. It goes, you replace. So here we are. But I learned a lesson now. I no longer give out things for.
There's a price attached.
There's a price attached.
So for me, my week was fantastic, obviously. Just like the both of you. It started off very, very well. Mami Deb was a very, very awesome host and a guest.
Yeah, amazing.
Right? Just amazing.
Amazing.
She was great as a guest, and then she became our hostess, and it was fantastic. After that, I was sort of recovering from all of that, and getting into the whole 9 to 5 shebang for me has been a bit of a. It's been a bit of a. I don't know,
Trying moment?
Yeah, it's been tough. Sometimes you set the alarm, and in my previous life, I've been my alarm is like midday, you know, like
You don't even need an alarm. The sun
Did you
itself
even have
is-
an alarm?
Like, yeah, I'm like, why? But now, you know, you set the alarm, and then you wake up, then you snooze again, then you snooze, and you're like,
I signed up for this shit. Let me
yeah,
go.
then you drag yourself to the bathroom, and you're like, shit.
Let me
Can I
ask-
resign today?
Bernard,
You can't. So
how many alarms do you have? Like before you leave this topic, like just show me how many alarms you have. and I
Before
show
you
mine.
actually step out of bed.
I normally put like 6.
6.
Yeah, like
what
6.
time does the first alarm go off?
The first alarm. So on a day when I'm going to work, when I'm going to the office,
Yeah.
because I report to office at 10. Dang. Right. So I set my first alarm at 8. Yeah, that one I immediately snooze. That one without, like, immediately I snooze it.
Your first alarm is at 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm 2 hours into my show.
I'm sorry, bro.
God.
Bruh, 8 a.m. I'm on my desk.
I'm sorry, guys.
What?
I didn't choose this life. It chose me. It is what it
Anyway,
is. It is
continue.
what it is.
Continue,
So yeah. So catching up with, trying to change my schedule, but also because I've been watching a lot of NBA lately.
Oh,
The finals happened.
The
other
final
day.
happened recently.
OKC Thunder won, which was a very, very wonderful thing. I was happy for them.
I saw that.
Yeah, first time they have this the first title. It was a great way for NBA to sort of export itself to Africa and the rest of the world. And then apart from that, I got you guys some things. I don't know why Mutuzo is not here, but
Someone video call Mutuzo.
Yeah.
She needs to see.
do you want to call her?
I gotta call her, bruh.
We have to.
Call her actually before I bring this
Kanda
things.
oba amanyo kosa first time.
Tubanga watuletedde kondo.
Omanyi abana Uganda,
It's okay, so we have condom.
abana Uganda, you have iPhones, but you never use FaceTime. I don't get it.
You know, the first time I saw a glowing condom was in high school. This guy from Tanzania.
On another guy.
No, not on the other guy. Fuck off, bro.
Oh, man.
Fuck off. No, this guy was a Tanzanian, and he brought condoms from Tanzania that were glowing. So you know how you be like in the dormitory and you're planning, you're like, man, guys, I need you to come and cane for me 5-0.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, this thing is going to be happening at this time. So this guy is like, you guys, by the way, there's something I have for you. So the guy brings it out. So because of the excitement and so on and so forth, we took it to the bathroom, of course, filled it with water.
Typical secondary children.
You get
Typical.
That's how it looks. And that thing was glowing, bro. It was glowing.
Oh, your first timing.
Yeah, I'm trying to call her.
So ever since then,
Eh? Really?
This is usually the time she talks to her dad also.
Okay, but this might be the time. It's okay. We can chill her.
so when you said you had gifts for us, I thought, you know,
No, so
because
first of all,
I've been looking for those glowing things. I can't
Yeah,
find them.
there's
If you
one.
have
Did you
it,
guys,
please, by the
back
way.
on that
can
Tanzania
get
thing, do you
them.
guys realize how Tanzanians and Kenyans in school were always the wrongest people?
Yes.
The worst people.
Yes.
they are wild
Especially-
animals. Part of it is because even if, as a Ugandan, if you went to study abroad, there are certain things you can do that those people in that country
Cannot
are
do.
afraid to do. So the same thing with Tanzanians and Kenyans. When they come here, there are things they can do, and you're like, man, my family is nearby. People know me. Here, they're like, for them, they're like, man,
Whatever.
my family is in Nakuru. My family is in, Eldoret. My family is in Voi. I don't care. So they are
So
more.
and they know Uganda, we are laid back.
We are
you know.
laid back as hell, bruv.
You go to Kigali and ask for the Ugandans, let's say, who studied in university there. They were always the wildest people. Like they were introducing random bizarre ideas. House party body shots, like random shit. And guys, they're like, why are you doing this shit? For them, they're like, I'm in no man's land. I'm nowhere. Nobody knows me. I can commit crimes here. So Kenyans and Tanzanians here in Uganda and Somalis and South Sudanese, the shit they do, bro.
Yeah.
It's wild.
And South Sudanese are crazy.
So I was still saying that you see this thing right here, this outfit right here. This nothing serious thing. We are sort of getting our fingers in different merchandise spaces, right? So this is something that I thought, I should get these guys. So I got you boys. I got you boys some merch.
that's my nigga. That's my nigga.
Yeah.
Betty.
Yeah.
Betty. You're making me
You
sing
guys
that
some-
TikTok song.
Yeah, I got you guys some
Look
match.
at this shit. Thank you,
Go
man.
out there and look good.
Thank you, man. This is amazing.
Bruh.
And this is not a t-shirt you're going to give your babe to wear.
Ninyito muntu.
Mukana bakano,
This
guys.
is not.
Anyway,
Guys,
I didn't
yeah.
have one to wear. I
this-
wore your nothing serious t-shirt.
Yeah.
My friend.
So I have an extra one for Mutuzo, of course.
She has.
She has picked.
Oh, Mutuzo.
Mutuzo!
What did
What's up, baby
What
girl?
did he say?
Why you in
Look
the
at
dark?
this. Look at. Why in the dark? Hey.
Waited for me to leave.
Mwana. Basi
Be
more
bold,
games,
be
yeah,
bold
auntie.
and give
So we
us
are now
something
celebrating you
amazing.
after you have
Mutuzo.
left.
I have your t-shirt here, right?
I am not happy. I feel like it is that bearded little boy that waited for me to leave to just revenge.
Well, you launched caps on me when I was in Chigali. Guess what? A win is a win.
But yeah. So when you come back, we have your match. Yeah.
Brother has your match when you come back.
But it was B-Wall though. B-Wall is the one hooking us up with this.
Yeah. How are you though? How are you?
Well, I'm okay. I'm just exhausted.
I know.
I'm
I
very
know,
sorry.
I
When
know.
did you get back?
I'm coming back tomorrow.
Because we are together on Sunday, right?
Good luck shooting. Yeah, see you Sunday.
To leave for now on Sunday, you need to come back and rest.
People on the pod about Sunday.
Yes, my friend. Hey.
Not yet.
No,
Not yet.
Not our no.
Not our Sunday,
Not
but
our
the other
Sunday.
Sunday they will know.
Yeah.
The other Sunday they will know,
will
don't
know.
worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
But be safe, be okay. Send those guys our greetings and our love, and find some NS gangos right there and say what's up to them. Give them hugs.
I will try. Shooting.
For every gango you find, bakuwa manyaga mobile money. I send them
Tujitekako.
something. Eh.
Ate by the way, I'll cross check because YouTube can tell me who has followed us and from where.
Aha.
So if I don't see anyone in Kisoro, wherever you have been,
It's over.
It's over.
The pressure is too much.
But it's
Kale,
okay.
my
Take
love,
care.
bye-bye.
Very bulungi, eh?
Guys.
All right.
Yeah. So so this week
Come
I
on,
was
these are
trying
nice.
to get these.
These are lovely.
I have my plug who normally gives me t-shirts. I told her I want
This is
quality.
very good quality, my G.
I
This is
want
very good quality.
Yeah. So
Man,
yeah.
Had I not been rocking a new outfit also.
Keep it. Keep it.
Kambale.
To Kambala.
Kambale Monday, Kambale Sunday.
Kata tuja kambala on our night when you're going out from the club.
Ay, 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 ay.
It's okay.
I can imagine how many messages I'm going to receive as soon as this pod drops. Some t-shirt.
Hey, by the way, they're coming. And by the way, I need you guys to promise me one thing. No babe should ever wear this t-shirt.
Bruh, on my life.
This is personal.
On my
for me.
life.
On my mom's life.
This is mine.
This is me.
You're going to give your mom's life for nothing.
Because we all know this nigga.
That's why I didn't. That's why.
Baby, let me wear this t-shirt. Okay. Please.
No, but you see,
Sherry.
guys, wait. How about if she wears it? Listen. But then I can take it off.
No. Mwe vest. Mwe vest ya Kansarano some shit.
Mwe Fedora.
Give us another vest.
Kabakaran.
Don't give her
Mulina.
this one, yeah, this
Jabukuwa.
one, don't.
Mulina butano. Wasigara.
We shall bring others
Yeah.
that you can now give them.
No, but
this
this one I
one
want
is
you
this
have
these
my
ones are
word.
very
You have
special.
my word. This-
Because I'm also the other reason why this is important for me is this new job that I've gotten into. This is my first purchase. Right?
From the salary.
Yes. So it's a big deal
Means a
for me.
lot. Yeah.
Man,
Thank you.
It's a big
by the
fucking
way.
deal.
Congratulations.
You get
Ghana,
it?
yeah?
Fucking
So it
proud
means a
of
lot
you,
to
man.
me.
Whoever is
Fucking
employing
Yes.
Bernard,
Yeah.
tweyanziza nnyo n'omusajja mulungi nnyo.
Yeah. No,
Alina
that's not
smile.
amusinga.
Tewali amusinga smile Kampala.
Tewali.
Eastern Central. not-
Temuchisusa kale, temuchisusa.
Smiling them. Smile.
People's wives are going to be, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want
Yeah,
that.
speaking of smiles,
Sharing is scary.
speaking of smiles, there's a group of Ugandans that's not smiling at the moment, and that's our arts.
Well played.
Our arts teachers, arts and humanities teachers in Uganda are on an indefinite sit-down strike, demanding salary parity with their science counterparts. While science teachers' monthly pay was significantly increased in 2022, they now earn 4 million for a graduate science teacher.
Okay.
Arts teachers remain on much lower salaries, and that's 1 million shillings for graduates, 700k for diploma holders. The government has proposed phased increments starting the financial year 26-27, citing budget constraints and upcoming election expenses for the immediate future.
Yeah.
So, guys, what do you think of this?
Obviously, as a person who is anchored in arts, right, and humanities and all these things, I feel very pained. I feel like we want to create this world where there is, the sciences versus the arts, and yet I don't think either of the two can work without the other. That's one.
Thank you.
So that means none is more important than the other.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, people might have this assumption that science is more important than, but the arts. Let me tell you, the arts are the reason why humanity exists.
Yeah.
True.
Art is the reason why we have hope. Art is the reason why people have belief. Art is the reason why people do everything they do, why they fall in love, why they exist, why they are anchored in a society. Like, art is the essence of humanity, right? Yeah. So I feel for them a lot. First of all, because this government, it has told many lies, right? Obviously, when they tell you, we are going to increase your salary and whatever, I don't know. I feel like instead of saying we're going to, they should actually do it now, right? Like, do it now, because I cannot for the life of me understand why a teacher, a person who creates people, who creates all
these. Actually, all these politicians went through these very teachers.
I cannot understand how and why a teacher earns such a miserable. I just don't get it.
Let me explain to you. Let me tell you something that came up while I was reading about this. One, most of the people who are telling these teachers to go back to school and teach by force did arts.
Yeah.
They were out here studying 20 ways of, 20 disadvantages of deforestation. 30 reasons why they shifted the capital of Dodoma, or Tanzania, from Dodoma to Dar es Salaam. And now they're the very people. Yeah, here's my message actually to the government, to the ministers, and to everyone in power who's talking to the teachers. I want you guys to take lessons in public relations, because you cannot have a situation where you're a minister, you're earning up to 10 million shillings. You've come in a car whose fuel is 200,000. You have fuel allowance, travel allowance, housing allowance, car allowance, medical allowance, and you're out here telling teachers who are earning 700k, 1 million to go back, or else interns are going to replace their jobs.
I think for me it's very absurd, given the fact that we are a generation that grew up with a mantra of education is the key, and we are still the same generation that are seeing this kind of bullocks. I think it's heartbreaking for me.
It is.
And it's been about 5 years. This conversation has actually been going on for 5 years, because we had the science teachers have their salaries increased, and this was forefronted by the president, which hypothetically, not even hypothetically, which surprisingly he did arts while in school, and he's the same guy coming out to say we need to improve on the sciences, blah blah blah, which is a good thing. But I don't know why you are focusing on one side and leaving out the other side. These guys have actually been patient enough for the longest period of time. If they come out to say that they are not going back to class, I would agree with them. I was very disturbed by the remarks that were made by our Minister of State for Public Service, that is Honorable Mary Grace, who said that they will be replacing these teachers if they don't go back to class. And I'm like, really? Is this a conversation we are going to be having? How many times have we talked about replacing public servants? And it just dies like a myth. I don't know if you guys remember the Cuban doctors. We had the doctors going on strikes. And
if you guys don't want to work, we shall bring
what
Cuban
doctors.
And the government was like, we're going
Where
to bring Cuban doctors.
Where are your Cuban doctors?
And another part that pisses me off the most is that, you have cases where you have been able to pass a supplementary budget. We have had cases where within a minute supplementary budget has been passed. But you are dealing with people that are very crucial in securing your future, because this is what the government is saying. They are securing our future, So I don't understand how you secure someone's future without giving them a basis, which is education. For me, it doesn't make sense.
Everyone who knows English owes it to an arts teacher
an arts teacher, actually.
So it does not make sense for you to go up there with your 10 million salary, a month and tell people if they don't go back to class, you're going to replace them with interns. Who the hell are you?
Like, what makes you think interns are going to hold down this whole thing?
And then tomorrow they come back and say, our education system is not working. Who hired the interns? Who fired the teachers?
But I will also tell you that the disrespect this government has also for interns particularly,
That's icing sugar.
is just ridiculous.
Because tomorrow we are going to wake up and these interns that are now teaching are the ones striking.
Interns are every now and again, because interns, the sort of raw definition of an intern is somebody who's trying to get experience, right?
Yeah.
So they're willing to offer themselves but you give them a bare minimum,
Yeah.
right? You say, okay, you're coming to be an intern. I'm not going to pay you a salary, but at least I'll give you maybe lunch, maybe some kind
A bit of allowance.
like
here.
now, because you're a human being, right? Our interns here in Uganda. You see, they're saying they'll replace this people with interns, yeah? Those interns themselves already have issues.
They do.
They already have issues.
They also have issues,
they have
by the
issues.
way.
Because as an intern, there's a level of respect you require. There's a level of respect that is owed to you. That if I come as an intern to your company, yes, I'm giving you a quote unquote free service. I am sort of like a volunteer of sorts, but there are basic minimums I expect from you to exist as a human being. Because I live in Chira, maybe the place where I'm working is, let's say, in Lugogo or Nakawa or wherever. For me to move from that place to this place, if I'm giving you 8 hours a day, where else am I going to get money? Really? At least meet my transport cost. At least bare minimum. I'll give you my 8 hours in the day, but at least meet my transport. Let me have some lunch. Let me have a bare minimum.
And you know, one other thing that is saddening about this whole situation is that we're dealing with a group of people who are employed about, say, give or take, 3, 6, 9 months or 10 months in a year. So the other 2 months, they're on holiday. There's nothing going on. So this is someone you expect to report to school, to teach the people you want to be taught, with bare minimum of even a coin hitting their account. It's very sad.
One actually, that one, I don't even think we should discuss.
Let me give you guys another example.
I'm angry. All of us can agree. This government needs to do better by these teachers.
Let me give you guys another example. I don't know if the government has thought about the kind of people that will be coming out of these schools if interns are to take over teaching. And where do I base that from? You remember we had student teachers. And every time there was a student teacher coming
it's a chill time.
It's a chill
time.
time.
It's a chill
Bro. Time. Like just
It used to be second term, by the way.
Yes,
I remember
like,
it was
just do your
second
thing.
term. You know they're going to
imagine.
come. And you know it's about the
Just chill. Now
We're
imagine
not
they have told
studying.
you, guys, we have tested your teachers, intern teachers are coming.
Are coming. Do you think kids
Piper
will
walks
study?
in.
Bruh!
It's Piper walks in.
It's like, guys, what elementary physics?
It's like, guys.
Or is submath?
And here's the fucked up thing. This is a nigga that you just watched on the podcast a few days ago. And he's blowing nonsense. And now he's your intern teacher.
Okay. No, guys, bring it back here. Before I turn you into Israel, let me tell you something. I've been giving career talks actually, and one of the things these kids, when you ask them, okay, guys, what do you want to become? People want to become things I don't even know. You get?
Yeah,
Some
and that's
kids
a good thing.
I don't even know. Like this kid was telling me he wants to become something to do with sound, but not sound in music, sound to deal with deaf people.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Then some other kid told me they wanted. Actually, 2 kids told me they wanted to become teachers.
Okay.
This is a school I went to in Sanji.
Okay.
A couple of in this week. So 2 kids told me they wanted to become teachers, and in my head I was like, wait, why?
Why would you? Yeah, but that's
why would you want to become a teacher? Because I wanted to know why.
Yeah.
And they told me teachers are influencers.
Yeah, true.
Because if you look at this entire world, the people we look up to have taught us something. A lot of people look up to Bill for say with this episode, or rather with this podcast, because he's always giving what? Notes. People are learning from him. Yeah. And most of the people who are understood are in the arts industry. If Bill came here and started talking about rocket science, I doubt a lot of people are going to watch us tomorrow. Yeah. But we really need to respect teachers, because if the students in these classes feel like they want to become teachers, and then the government is here telling teachers, fuck off. What kind of image are you sending?
Yeah. There's this old adage people normally share around that that there are those who can do, they do. Those who can't do, teach.
Yeah.
This is what, like you can have all this information,
yeah.
But, and this is the thing that teachers have that very many human beings don't necessarily have, non-teachers. One is patience. Teachers are patient motherfuckers.
Now, like the people who
They're
taught
so patient.
the people who taught
Bro.
me English.
There are kids you deal with and you're like,
Actually,
to
tell
try
to tell you how difficult I was with English, I know all my English teachers since primary.
Yeah.
I know Mr. Musamali, Mr. Sejobe, Mr. Biatike.
Nenga manyo gaulira.
All of them,
Yes.
all my English teachers.
The second one was what? Semiole.
Biatike.
Sejobe. You guys, I was very poor at English. Like right now, when I compose myself, when I write these tweets, when I do my research papers, I sit down and I be like,
you've come a long way.
I'd be like, Mr. Sejobe has to attend my wedding.
So the first thing the teachers have is patience. Right?
Yeah.
Which is a very, very important virtue.
Yeah.
The second thing that these guys have is compassion. That you see, you get into this class and you have kids. Sometimes you have a kid who comes from a family where they don't have shit, right? But you have to mentally treat this child the same way you would treat a kid who has a lot of stuff. It's not an easy thing to do because you will automatically be biased. But for you to be able to take that in and say you are all on the same level, it's not an easy thing to do.
And also tickling their mind to have them on the same level.
It's not it's not an easy thing to do. And then the third thing, and for me perhaps the most important thing that teachers teachers are like they hold you and they help you grow, right? Yes, they go to the blackboard and teach you all these things, but a child, an average child, for example, in the instance of Uganda, a child is with their teachers more than they are with the parents.
Yeah.
Right? So teachers are like deputy parents.
Yeah.
Right? Now, that responsibility is not noted anywhere. It's not paid for, but they are that.
They are that.
So, apart from teaching you, convalesce, apart from teaching you, the matrix, apart from teaching you those things, they also have to teach you manners like kindness, like compassion,
And to
like
zero
forgiveness.
it down,
They have to teach you those
it
things.
used to always be the arts teachers. It would either be the English teacher or the social studies teacher.
Or literature.
Or
like,
literature. It was never a science teacher or
those
a
ones,
mathematics
those are
teacher.
facts.
No.
Those are
It was
facts.
always these arts teachers that, shaped
groom.
you into the human being you are today.
For me, I am who I am because of teachers. My goodness. Teachers, I had a literature teacher in A-level called Mr. Nyango. Mr. Nyango, one of the things he taught me was how to sort of psychoanalyze people, in the sense that Mr. Nyango would sit there and tell you, so this paper, you are supposed to, I had given you a target of 80%. You got 75%. Can you explain to me why you think you got 75, right? And then you sit there. And then as you're explaining, you're actually seeing where the problem is. That there was a night where I didn't really read this book. This guy had told us to read this book. He gave us a book to read, and I didn't really finish it. Like you sort of, So by the time you're giving him the answers, you're not giving him, you're giving them to yourself. So that's what Mr.
Self-realization.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He taught me that whenever you're having conversations with people, sometimes when they ask you, like, what should I do? They actually know what they should do. They just need you to put them in the right mind frame to see it. Like when somebody asks you, who should I date? Right? And they tell you, there's person A, there's person B. Your response shouldn't be date A. No, your response should be, so what are you looking for? What does A have? What does B have? They have the answers themselves. So that thing I learned from Mr. Nyango. That was never in the syllabus.
Yeah.
He was never paid for that.
And you see
but
how
he did
you're
it.
using it up
And
to
yes,
now.
So that's the thing that teachers have, especially arts teachers. They teach you life that is not in the syllabus, that will not be questioned in the exam, but you learn it.
These science guys are just teaching us
No, but they're important.
three body parts of an insect. Where have you ever used that knowledge? Do you remember that?
Do you even remember?
Do you remember the 3 body parts of an insect?
No, I do.
Yeah, The first one?
The head, the thorax.
All right. We are coming.
Actually, that
You
insect
remember.
thing.
The insect thing.
It takes
What?
us into the
Which
grasshopper
insect?
arrangement.
Which insect?
Insect.
Even the people, because
the
even
head,
the people
the
talk.
thorax, the abdomen.
What about the
I
wings?
don't know if this
the
is the
legs?
right question.
No, all those are part
The
of the abdomen.
spiracles.
Those are part of the abdomen. Those are breathing.
Spiracles.
Those are part of the abdomen.
Spiracles are like
Insects.
nostrils.
There is the head, the thorax,
and the abdomen.
So all the other parts come off from that.
But do you remember the life cycles? There was the complete life cycle
like
and the
eggs.
incomplete life cycle.
Pupa, lava, pupa. And
It was
But
adult.
you should chill it
eggs,
because it's going
lava,
to
pupa,
mess you
adult.
up.
That's it.
Where are the eggs?
But you should
Okay,
check
let's
it.
go back to English. What's the past tense of going?
First of all,
Omusanza omuzabi
When now?
going.
Going, went.
Nothing.
Serious.
Nothing is not a verb. Nothing is not a verb.
Okay, what's the
Serious,
difference
not a
between a
doing word.
verb and an adjective?
So a verb is a doing word.
An adjective.
An adjective is a word that describes an action. Is a word that
Describes a verb.
No.
No.
Sure.
No. An adjective is a word that describes. I want to find the
describes a verb.
book description. No.
Sure.
Anyway.
An adjective is like a descriptive word.
Okay, like
Somebody's
I'm
kind.
smart.
Yes.
Smart is an
Yes,
adjective.
Yes, it's not a doing word. A doing word is an action word. That's
Like,
a verb.
That's a verb. A verb is a
Going,
doing
you're
word.
running, you're
Yeah.
eating, you're sleeping.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
a
and
verb.
I think we are
Fucking-
not serious. We need
That's
to
a
remember
verb.
all this shit.
But do you remember what is a noun?
Adjective is just a description.
What is a noun?
Yeah.
It's a word.
No.
A noun is a word.
Names of places. Like
Yeah.
it's a naming
No, I was
word.
not
getting
just a
there.
word. Oh.
No, I was getting
It's a
there.
naming word.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, do you know
So
what?
Kampala is a noun.
Tuchite.
Nigeria
Tuchite.
is a noun.
Tuli mukufuka serious, you know.
Tuchite.
Okay, fine. The next, okay, let me talk about two nouns here. That's Israel and Iran before we finish. Tell me you guys have been seeing this war.
Yeah, absolutely. Up to the latest feedback that I got caught up in regards to Donald Trump on his way to Netherlands for, I think, the NATO summit.
Bruh, his comment summarized everything.
Yeah.
He said, these two have been fighting for so long, they don't know what the fuck
That's
they're
it.
doing.
That's it.
Exactly how it
And
sounds.
here's another thing that grabbed me when he was on Air Force One. The journalists were asking him about Putin. Apparently, he says he got a call from Putin, and Putin was asking him if he should help him with the
With
Iran
Iran.
situation. And Trump is like, no, I told him, I need you to help me with you. there's a problem that you have as well.
But let me tell you guys something, huh? Trump might be the most hated president ever, the most hated American president. But this guy has kept us on our freaking toes. I don't think I've ever followed a president, not even my own president.
Yeah.
You don't follow your own president.
Bruh, I know where Trump
Bro.
is at any one freaking time.
Yeah, that's true.
Any one freaking time.
I'm gonna hold you to that. That's so true. That's very true.
Yeah.
So do you guys wish our president was like Trump?
Ha.
Yeah?
Yeah, that would be a
Let our
challenge.
president stay the way
Yeah.
he is. Let our president stay the way he is.
Because you know he deports some people.
It would be, it would
And you
be
know who he
different.
would deport.
Yeah, it would be very different. But I have to give it up to Trump. He has tried to, hold down the Israel-Iran situation. Him coming out to announce the ceasefire, and then as soon as he announced, an hour later into it, we saw Israel, go missiles into Iran. And I'm just failing to understand. As much as I get to, understand the history of Israel and Iran, for the longest time, we can agree to disagree. Benjamin Netanyahu has wanted to bomb Iran for the longest time. Him coming out to, pile this whole reasoning, and as far as, Iran having nuclear weapons is relatable, saying that Iran has had extreme Islamists who will, bomb at any particular time. Iran was actually part of a treaty. I've even forgotten the name of the treaty.
In 2018.
There's a treaty Iran signed whereby, they are
2018.
not supposed to use their nuclear
They were not
arsenal
supposed to
at
enrich,
any particular point.
enrich their nuclear assets.
Yes.
So where they were supposed to leave it at that.
Yeah, and not even use it at any particular point. And now you're having Iran coming through to threaten the world that it's
guys,
going to withdraw from this agreement.
Guys, change topic.
crazy.
This shit is too serious.
But wait,
No.
before-
No. In Zimbabwe,
Okay.
did you guys know in Zimbabwe women can marry 3 men at the same goddamn time?
Wait.
Yeah.
What is
First,
that?
you
What is-
see, you
Here's
moved
the
my
story.
mind
What
from
is
something
that? What is
serious
that?
Yes.
something less serious.
I
Now I have to reset
I had to because I was
myself.
sleeping
What
off.
is
Here's
their
the
visa
story.
policy like? Because
Zimbabwe.
How you want to go?
no, I'm just asking. 'Cause for the viewers,
I think Zimbabwe is visa free.
Yo, here's the story,
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah.
Here's
the story.
Zimbabwe is visa
So-
free.
It might be visa on arrival. Okay, I don't know.
A
Yeah, we're going to
polyandrous,
find out.
a polyandrous woman in Zimbabwe has reportedly taken her third husband to court. This unusual legal dispute highlights complex marital dynamics and societal norms surrounding non-traditional relationships, sparking public interest and debate. So the case highlights, let me see what the guy, Sekai Makanya is reportedly seeking legal costs due to Mafumo is the man, failure to provide for their child. specifically regarding school fees and for verbal abuse. She also claims he has become irresponsible and disruptive to their household, even falsely accusing her of theft at her workplace. Mafumo, the husband, in his defense, denies the accusations, claiming he supports his child and feels unfairly treated amongst the three men. He accuses Makanya, the wife, of abuse and treating him like a servant, while also acknowledging he is open to counseling to resolve the issues. So here's the thing, yeah?
So first of all, for context, for people who don't know,
Zimbabwe.
first of all,
First way, yeah?
visa free. Up to 90 days.
Oh my God,
That's okay.
guys.
So first of all, for
So
context,
Zimbabwe is visa free, just so you know.
So for context, for those who don't know, polyandry is a situation where a woman can have more than one husband,
yeah.
right? So in Zimbabwe, in
It's
other,
a thing.
in other
It's a
countries,
thing.
a man can have more than one woman, you know, certain customs. Now in Zimbabwe, it's a thing. And, you know, the constitution allows for it, apparently, right? That a woman can have more than, which means now in this situation, this babe is complaining that there's a guy who accepted to come into this arrangement,
but he's not taking
and
care
now
of
he's
his
causing
child.
chaos. He's not.
No, but
He's not taking care of his
From
child.
what I've had in
Yeah.
regards to this man's response, where he says he feels disrespected,
He's being treated like a servant.
like a servant, I think this guy wasn't supposed to be in this mix.
Yeah.
Like,
But he knew what he was getting.
He
into.
has not upheld his responsibilities as a man, because I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah.
if you uphold your responsibilities as a man, you protect your family, you provide for them, take care of the kids, take care of the wife. I don't think the woman will disrespect you,
Yeah,
because there's a
I
way
think so
that
too.
comes with command and alphaness, you know, because you got this, you're taking care of this. But now,
But remember the other men also who got this.
yes,
in
that's
this
true.
same-
So you must find ways and levels of how you got this. To what extent, you know? Is it to an
Okay.
extent that is going to put you to a lesser portion? Now you're being disrespected. Every time you come into the home, you're the one going to, you know, the kitchen. to
Maybe
wash
that's your
dishes.
role in the.
To wash dishes in the kitchen.
Maybe that's your role.
Let me ask you guys something, yeah?
You can't even pay house help to do that. That's fucked up.
Let me ask you guys something, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think you'd ever be in such a relationship if, let's say, the country you are living in actually allowed for it?
To be honest, for me, I'm always the guy who says never say never. Always, yeah. And even now, I'll say never say never. That I know that very many men have this thinking and feeling and understanding that at the very core of every man, he's got an ego, which he does. That's the truth, yeah. And men are very territorial beings, that what's mine should be mine. But if I bumped into a madam, like
Let's give an example. Chiweni Nwaji.
Right? Winnie Nwaji may not be
Okay,
a sugar
fine.
mommy. Like,
No,
like
no,
a
no, no.
good sugar mommy. No, don't bring that example. I know what you're going to say.
No.
Leave her.
I'm looking for someone out of Uganda.
Yeah.
I'm looking for someone out
like,
of Uganda.
let's say like Salma Hayek calls me, right? She's like, now, Biwall, I want to add you on my list of men, right? I have two other guys. This is one, this is two, but I want to add you. First of all, I would have 0 to no complaints, which means no complaint whatsoever. Then she tells me, now, your role in this thing, there are days went by that I don't want you to call me. I'll be like, okay. A bit of me might be like, but I'll be like, okay, let's hustle. What else? And she's like, now, there are days when I will need you to do some things for me. But don't question, just do them. I am your wife.
If she tells you to go pick her laundry,
Yeah.
you go pick her laundry.
Look,
go pick her coffee, you go pick her
look.
coffee, all that shit.
Every man, and for me, this is something I've learned about men generally. Every man is very powerful and very dominant until he meets another power that is more powerful or more dominant.
Like, despite the gender?
Yeah, it may be male, maybe female.
Okay.
The problem with us is, if it's another man, right? We always we think, this is okay, this is okay.
Yeah.
If it's another woman, we're like, it can't be a woman.
Have you seen how men
be
be
woman.
like around men who have more money
Yeah,
than them?
like they they cower. But
You
when
go
they're-
there,
yes,
that's why
they
we are
cower.
here, and Bernard is like related to the president.
Yes.
I've ever been at somewhere campaigning, and we're campaigning for this guy, loads of money, and these guys I respect were talking to the guy like, "Ati, mkama wa."
There's a lot of come on. Yeah.
If you want to see a man cower,
Yeah.
put him in front of another man who has more
My
money
friend,
than
they
him.
shrink. Yeah.
You will
And yet-
see.
That's
And
true.
yet,
Yeah.
the exact opposite happens if you put that same man in front of a woman who has more money. that first of all he feels threatened.
Yeah. That's for sure.
You see the point I'm making? He feels threatened. And yet me, I think it shouldn't be that. Also, Kawa. Because she has more power,
But guys,
more money, she can do more shit than you.
The only way I would love to be in a polyandrous relationship, like amongst two other guys, is if I have to first inspect everyone's dick.
To see that they are smaller than you.
Yeah, that I have to make sure
Why
I
are
am
you
the
gay?
one who.
Why are you gay?
Are you gay?
Well,
Are
I
you
mean,
gay?
by the time you're in
Should we
such a
call you
relationship, by the time you're in such a relationship, you're already almost
Yeah,
gay.
but-
Because they're going to be nice to her, she wants all of you.
No, that's different. That's different. That's different.
Now that's a different
That's
conversation.
a different.
How are you going to know? You don't know how women think. So
No,
there are
but
days
you remember the part where he was mentioning, like what the chick would want or what
exactly,
the lady would want?
and you're not
Like,
supposed to
do
question.
this,
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yes,
saying.
do
Yeah,
this, yes,
yeah.
There's when she reaches that part.
If she gets
that's
to the
where
point
I
of
withdraw.
yeah, exactly. Same
That's
here.
where I withdraw.
Other
Then
things
you're not
that
a real
can be
husband.
okay. No.
No.
It still does
Piper,
do you
there's
apart.
no way I'm going to
It
be
still
in the
does do
same
you
room
apart.
with you and we have one chick and we both want to fuck that chick. It's a lie.
So wait.
Faizo,
so,
do you think Muslim men who have 3 women ever get enough where they fuck all those women at once?
it's not allowed.
Thank you.
See?
That's the point.
See?
Yes.
Okay, yes,
Thank
but
you.
listen, guys, you interrupted me.
But first wait.
You
First wait.
wait. Okay, fine.
If this guy is spontaneous, like religion does not allow it. Like,
You have to respect the women.
what if they consent and they're like, it's okay,
And then that's between you.
With
I
that,
think
that's between you, but you
yeah.
cannot force them to do anything they're not supposed
As long as it,
Of course, I don't believe
but
in
go on.
forcing women to do things, but
so
you
you,
know.
uh-huh,
to.
so
Let me come back to that, yeah? So wait. First of all, Bernard, you said never can.
I'm not a never guy.
You're not a
Never
never
say
guy,
never.
Yeah?
Oh, in this instance of me having sex with the woman and other men, that one I can't. Yeah, like I wouldn't even get time.
But the particular
I wouldn't,
situation
yeah.
of a woman getting the 3 of you to be husbands, you open
I
to
can
that.
find a way to work with
Okay,
it.
cool.
Yeah, if
Okay.
circumstances, I can work with it. Honestly, I can fucking.
So
work
let
with
me
it.
ask. So
If
you guys
Jessica
are
Alba
telling
came
me.
here and said, "Bro, you're my
You
seventh."
guys are telling me, yeah?
I think it also
Wait.
depends on the
Here's my
person.
last question. Yeah?
course,
Here's my last question. So you guys are telling me, if the prettiest woman you have ever seen, like your dream girl came,
So Jessica
yeah?
Alba.
Rihanna.
If Jessica Alba or Rihanna came, and A$AP Rocky is there, and A$AP is like, yo, Bernard, Aine, tap in, fall in.
I'ma
You'd say
do
no.
that shit.
I'm a falling.
I'ma fall like
That's what I'm saying,
bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me tell you, at that particular point, I'm not doing it just for me. I'm
For-
doing it for a whole country. A whole part of
a whole
Africa,
race.
bro.
Bro.
So why? What's the notion behind why men fear being in that room while another guy is fucking the girl?
No, okay, you first go first.
Because
Then I'll
I've
give
seen, I
mine.
know how threesomes work. When we talk about threesomes as men, most of the times they're like, oh, 2 girls, 1
Yes,
guy.
yes,
yeah?
yes.
And that's why a lot of men are comfortable suggesting threesomes to the women they are
Yes,
with.
yes.
Because they want that 2 girls, 1 guy
Yeah.
experience. And then there's that part where a woman flips it up and she's like, you know what? I also want 2 guys to come. You get some other guy, come. Why is it that the other part is okay, but this one is not?
In reference to what B-Wall said, men we are territorial. We want
Very true.
our thing to be our thing.
Bruh.
So there are men who would go down
Yeah, they're
that
there. They're
line.
actually there.
But then there are men like me who wouldn't be in that
Yeah.
particular room. No matter how much I've been wanting to bang this thing, even if it's Rihanna in this particular case that we're talking about, and A$AP Rocky is in the same room, he's giving Bumbi, I'm there pushing, doing my push-ups to getting ready. No, that's a lie. That's not going to happen. But is it a situation where I can have you at my own will, at my own time, and it's just the 2 of us? Well and good. You want to bring a friend over? That's okay. Because at the end of the day, even if you bring a friend over who's a female, I'm still in charge. It goes back to the whole territorial thing, This is my territory, I'll take you back, missionary times, They capture Buganda, they capture Busoga, It's the same situation, but, they're all still under one ruler. So that's okay. But if you bring in the instance where I have to now wait for B-Wall, because a threesome,
So, wait,
when we
wait,
talk
wait.
a threesome, Faisal, a threesome is an arrangement amongst 3 people,
Yeah.
and each of them partaking in one particular moment. If you have had a threesome with 2 ladies and you are the guy, you will agree that there is a particular point whereby you're probably maybe fucking this one and maybe this one is doing something to you. Or like there's some action going on during the entire time. But I can only imagine if it's 2 guys and it's 1 chick. What the fuck are you going to be doing to this nigga?
Thank you.
What you gonna be doing?
And it's
What you
good.
gonna be
It's
But
doing?
you'd allow ASAP
it's
Rocky.
good.
Hell no, no.
Yeah, but you said yes.
No,
you said
no,
if
no,
this
no,
nigga,
No.
In the same room.
In
no.
the same room, no.
Yeah.
you would say no to
But if
the
Rihanna
couple.
said,
You-
if
because
Rihanna-
this is how
Yes.
it works.
Yeah.
The couple invites you in.
That's different.
The couple is there, and they're like, you know
that's
what?
different.
And
I feel like Aine would be a good fit. So like Aine,
That's
pull in.
different. That's
No.
different. That's
No,
different.
no,
Yeah,
no,
that's different.
no. That's how you pull in, and the couple is like Cassie and P Diddy. It's a different story, my guy.
but also, yeah. But yeah, okay. But also, so for me to that
For
that
you to
thing
jump
of
in
the-
that question
of
first.
the, of the threesome thing, yeah, that I think part of why we are where we are as men and as human beings, why men think that a threesome is better with two babes and whatever. First of all, there's a lot of environmental factors. Like you grow up being fed this information because we are a summation of the lives we've lived. You've grown up seeing society seems to be comfortable with two women and one man, right? So it's your mind builds into that. It starts to go. It gets to a point where it's like, you know what? I
The
think
other
it's
side
okay.
is impossible.
If you had grown up thinking two men and one woman is okay, you would also be at a point where you're okay. So one is the environment. Two, also, your body has got like switches, right? It's got bits and pieces that can be switched on, right? And because as a human being, you've got switches, there is a particular kind of person who can switch it on. There is also a particular kind of person who can actually switch it off, which means, as B-Wall, I will tell you, for example, that I love my bald head being touched by a woman I'm into. However, this same bald head, if it's touched by somebody I'm not into, I get pissed.
Yeah, yeah. Same thing with the beard.
Right?
I just realized the whole time I've been with, I've never touched your.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want that.
'Cause
I wouldn't. It's special to me. But now there's a babe who will come and touch, and I fold.
Do you know how pissed I be
Like a
when
galaxy.
a babe I don't like touches my beard?
Right?
I'd be so mad. But the lady I like, I'm like, enjoy.
Please.
Enjoy.
You're like that.
It
You're like
even
that.
does
You're like
more.
that tweet everyone has been posting of if men knew how easy women make it for the men they love, they wouldn't chase
You
a
think
bitch.
you wouldn't chase that man?
You wouldn't be chasing.
The moment you walk to somebody, if she wants you, let me tell you, like she makes it easy.
She
for
makes it
you.
so easy.
Right? I don't know why men don't see this. If the woman makes it hard for you, let me tell you, think twice. Look.
I don't even think
Look at the
I'd
mirror
go.
and be like, do I really like?
I'd go.
What's the longest, as we wrap up, what's the longest you have had to bench for a chick?
Bruh, 2 weeks.
2 weeks? You will.
You're a patient
2
man.
freaking
Rather,
weeks.
you're an impatient man. I have benched.
For how long?
Great.
I think in my life. Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there's a babe I really wanted. I think I benched about 8 months. About 8
Subhanallah.
months, yeah. About 8 months.
Was it
Bruh.
worth it after when you got it, or you didn't get it?
It was worth it. It was worth it.
8 months.
8
It was
months.
yeah.
She must have taken it to like Dar es Salaam for it to be worth it.
I went through a lot. First of all, I entered a relationship alone.
And then you were just out there saying,
yeah.
"Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I used
Today's
to.
a lovely day."
Because me,
You are
me,
my
I'm a very,
son.
me, I'm like a semi-romantic person. I used to do things, and she wasn't on my shit. But eventually we even dated.
Bruh.
Like, we dated and shit.
Bang.
Yeah, and I told,
Me, I'm not
8
even
months.
lying.
Yeah, 8
2
months.
freaking weeks.
2 weeks. If
Me-
That is the maximum.
if you're lucky
if,
to
if
But-
I
But
don't
also, are you saying chasing like for a relationship or like to bang?
to bang,
to bang. To bang.
to bang. 2
Because you
weeks.
know me, I'm team bang, get it out of the
Yeah.
way, now you see what
Like even
next.
for a relationship, I have
Like a
to
month,
first
like a month.
get those 2 weeks out and
Like a
then
month. Like
2
a month,
weeks
me.
maximum.
Nah, man. A month I've forgotten
maximum.
your name.
Maximum.
Honestly.
Yeah, month.
Maximum a month. Once I hit a month,
Okay.
it's over.
All right, guys. Thank
That's
you
like
so
this
much.
podcast.
It's been amazing.
But as you're switching off, you'll switch off when you want to switch off. But I wanted to ask you guys also a final question. That when you're having conversations like with a babe and the babe asks you, I prefer to shave. Or she tells you, I love you, I like your shit, and I want you to, but I want to keep my hair. What would you do?
I walk out. God damn right there.
Hair
What would you do?
is a
I walk
challenge
out.
downstairs,
But
my
Bernard,
guy.
this is the
Hair a
experience I
challenge.
had. I've ever tried to be cool with that shit. Yeah, but me,
It didn't work for you.
every time before I have sex, I have to perform. There are
There's
certain
a
types
ritual,
of
yes,
rituals
yeah.
I do. Yeah. Which usually mean I have to go down on this woman.
okay.
Yeah? There's nothing for me that is as disgusting as having to sort my tongue between hair and my teeth.
Yeah.
You
So,
get?
so she has to be clean.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like wax and whatever.
Yeah.
Even
Bruh,
you.
I will even pay for the wax.
Oh, bro.
It's what,
If
80K,
she was coming over and she asked me for wax money,
Yeah.
I'll send her double.
So you can't have sex with a woman who has some bit of hair.
No.
It's very annoying and
Out of
disgusting.
choice? No.
When you're done making
Probably
out,
like
In
if-
a random.
in a random, like I haven't checked to see, yes, but if I have to look at it,
Yeah.
and
right
also if
there
I'm
and
going
then.
to eat it, hey, it better be clean. Bro.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm not about to be in the bathroom and I'm spitting. Every time I spit, there's hair.
Bruh,
Like, shit, there's
spitting,
hair.
you're there, you're talking to your
so
boys,
do you
your
also
first
wax?
time in Mutuzo, she's like, why is your beard in your teeth?
So do you also wax?
Bruh, I
Do you
shave.
also wax?
I shave.
Do you?
I shave. I don't wax.
I can't wax because, bruh, have they ever waxed your balls? Do you know how painful that shit is?
So take that to the woman.
Ah, no.
Women don't have balls, nigga.
They don't have, but they wax for you. They wax for you.
I'm
Which
also
is
So the
okay.
pain they feel. That was
I'm paying for that shit. What the fuck?
We're out, guys.
yeah, we did that episode. Yeah, we did. See what you did.
I thank God Mutuzo was
I know.